Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're all doing good because I've been going through the latest Arc Raiders patch and testing things out in-game to really understand what this update changed and why it matters. Update 1.4.0 isn't one of those giant feature drops, but it's the kind of maintenance pass that ends up shaping the flow of missions and how fair the game feels. A lot of what changed revolves around shutting down exploits players were leaning on, tightening up the balance, and smoothing out some visual or physics hiccups that were getting in the way. One of the biggest shifts comes from the locked room adjustments. These rooms usually have better loot or progression gates, and for a while now, certain teams were using geometry tricks, collision gaps, or partner-based physics to slip inside without doing intended work. That obviously skews difficulty, especially when high-value loot ends up in the hands of players who bypassed everything meant to balance it. With new mitigation in place, those shortcuts are gone or significantly harder to repeat. It puts everyone back on the same track where what you earn is tied to how you play, not how cleverly you can break the map. If you've been frustrated by squads using off-path tricks to get ahead, this will feel like a breath of relief. If you were the squad doing the tricks, well, you're going to have to rethink your routes. Then there's the gun quick swap fix, a subtle exploit that basically turned into a stealth fire rate buff. By flipping to a quick use item and swapping back mid-animation, players were squeezing out shots faster than a weapon was designed to allow. It didn't look like much when you saw someone do it, but in practice it completely warped damage windows and threw off enemy tuning. Boss fights got easier than intended, burst phases got cheesed, and competitive timing challenges ended up feeling inconsistent. With that loophole closed, guns behave according to the stats the devs actually tuned, not whatever glitch you could pull off with fast fingers. Some folks who depended on it for soloing harder encounters may feel the sting, but for the health of the game, this is a long overdue correction. A more specific change, but still important, is the block added to the exterior of the spaceport control tower locked room. That spot became a community hotspot for climbing or nudging your way into an area that was supposed to stay sealed until approached the proper way. Instead of waiting for a big map revamp, the devs patched it directly by tightening that access path. This kind of targeted fix shows they're paying attention to exactly where players are breaking boundaries, and they're not afraid to change the environment to keep the experience fair and consistent. Beyond these gameplay-related fixes, there are some polished touches that make the whole experience smoother. The low-resolution textures in the main menu have been cleaned up, which may not sound like much, but when you boot the game multiple times a week, those first few seconds do set the tone. Lighting artifacts that showed up when entering maps have also been cleared out, which helps sell the atmosphere and makes transitions feel more professional. And then there's that quirky physics issue where jumping on another player's back could push them around in a way that didn't make any real sense. It wasn't just goofy. People were using it to shove teammates into places they weren't meant to be. That's fixed now, which keeps matchmaking cleaner and removes one more frustration point from public runs. What stands out overall is how much this update focuses on tightening the intended experience. Nothing flashy, nothing showy, but every fix restores a little bit of balance or clarity. These kinds of patches don't always get loud reactions, but anyone who plays regularly will notice the difference. Runs feel more honest, weapon behavior is more predictable, and you don't run into as many weird moments where someone is bypassing half a mission by jumping through some odd gap or abusing a physics bug. It's the type of update that supports the foundation so that when bigger content arrives, it lands on stable ground. If you were relying on those old exploits, this patch will force you to adjust, no question. But if you've been hoping for a more level playing field and a smoother experience, this update delivers exactly that. It restores a sense of fairness, it trims away some messy edges, and it signals that the devs are actively watching how people play and are willing to step in when things start drifting away from what keeps the game fun for everyone.